Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm sharing my take on the Creative Scrapbooker Magazine's Sketchy Challenge for July. Okay, so I have been primarily MIA for the month of July on my channel. I have been traveling and spending time with my family, and for the first time in over a year, we had all three of our kids in the same place, and so we really had a good time with that. It's been lovely, and now I am back on my channel, and I don't have a layout share for you for this month, but I did want to post something on the last day of July, so I am going to do the July 2022 Sketch Challenge by Creative Scrapbooker Magazine. This sketch was designed by Jennifer Edwardson at Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc. And I am going to use a kit. This was a Flavors of the Month kit from the Scrap Room. This was one of the flavors, so you get 4 little mini kits like this, page kits. And I won this kit from the Scrap Room by watching attending, I guess, the Scrapbook Live on Zoom with the Scrap Happy membership group. And Alice does a free event every month for non-subscribers to join her subscribers. And although a membership to an online group like that isn't something that it's just not really for me. I have an in-person group of people that I like to scrapbook with. I do like to support my friend Alice, and so I try to show up to some of her bigger paid events and all of her, well, not all of, I wish I could, and any free live or online events that she has. So this is one that I like to try to get to every month. I don't always make it, of course, but yeah, so anyways, I won this kit. This was a couple of years ago, I think now, maybe a year ago too. And it is, maybe this Echo Park paper will tell me what year it was. It is from 2020. So there you go, a couple of years ago. And with the Flavors of the Month kit, you get like a few papers. It also came with 2 sheets of black cardstock. But I'm not going to use these today, so I just set them aside. And I have pulled in a border punch because this is a school themed layout. I picked my notebook punch. There's a border here that looks like a punched edge, and I printed some photos, so that's some school photos of my son during his grade 11 year. I need to catch up on his album. And I also threw in this pattern because I liked the black with this, but it was too plain for what I want it for, and so I pulled this one in. It's kind of a flimsy sheet of paper. It is from Provo Craft. There's no date on it. It's very old. I think it came from like Crafts Canada, which doesn't even exist anymore. Anyways, I pulled that in because I thought it went well with these papers here. It's a little bit glossy, but nobody's gonna judge me on that, I don't think. And I was gonna pull in a sheet of white cardstock, but apparently I did not pull that yet. So I am going to pause the camera, cut my papers, and lay them out, and then I will come back on camera and we will finish up the layout together. Okay? Okay, so here we are. I laid down my papers and then decided that I wanted a white border, so I chopped off some of this and half inch off one side and actually half inch off this side and half inch off this side, and then mounted on a piece of textured white cardstock from American Crafts. I did end up using that Provo Craft paper as my main background, and then I laid this 3-inch strip down the left side, just like it shows in the sketch. And there are no measurements, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm guessing it's about 3 inches. Then I laid down my patterned paper strips. So this one I punched with the notebook punch that I had chosen for this layout. I grabbed a strip of this plaid paper and put that down, and then I was going to, do I have it still? I was going to use these owls down here, but I didn't like the scale. I felt like it was too big somehow. It's about, yeah, see if I move it all the way over to the edge of that, it almost covers the red. So anyways, I didn't like the scale of it, so I started over. I didn't want to cut the owls up either, that would look weird, but so I just grabbed a different piece of paper. This is the back of, I believe, the red paper. Yeah, that's the back of the red. What else can I tell you? I got my photos down just like it shows here, but instead of one embellishment cluster, instead of two embellishment clusters, I chose to do one because I had this die cut frame in the kit from the scrap room that was roughly the same size width-wise as my photos and fit well there. I typed up my journaling, printed it, mounted it on the same blue that's over here, and I looked up the date and got that stamped on there. And then I got my title on. I used this basic gray, these tiny little circle alphas from Basic Gray, and then I used these yellow alphas from Simple Stories. So that's what I used for my title. Then I looked through here and chose a few of these word strips. This one I was just checking to see if I liked it here, and then it kind of stuck, so I just let it stay there. So then those are the things that I brought in. I had some twine in my scrap room kit, so I grabbed a little tag out of there and it attached the twine to the hole, the tag hole. And then I had red here and here, red here, and I needed something red over here, so I took this other scalloped frame and I cut a piece off of it and just kind of tucked it in behind my journaling block. And then I decided I better turn back on the camera before I do this whole thing without you guys, because it was starting to really come together quickly. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is pick through some of the, I'm not going to use this giant tag that came with the kit, so I'll set that aside. I think I'm going to save the rest of the twine for something else. Let's see, I definitely want to get the wood veneer pieces on that was sent with the kit. This was a part of what's inside of here, but this had like a floral thing, so I just cut off the paper part and kept that part. And I want to use this one. I think that's everything I picked from the embellishment pack. So when you get the Flavors of the Month kit, you get a few papers and a tiny little Ziploc of various embellishments. You don't get a whole embellishment die cut pack or anything, you just get a sampling of it. So I actually really like that idea, and if I was going to subscribe to a kit, it would be something like this for sure. But that's just not in the cards for me right now. So but I would highly recommend you, if you like the idea of a monthly kit but you don't want to be overwhelmed with supplies, I highly recommend checking out the scrap room, and I'll link them below. They have a bunch of different options for kits as well. Okay, so I got yellow here, and I'm going to put yellow here, and I'm going to put yellow here. I want to, what else do I want to do? I want to get these on. I think this one I'm going to put here. Oh yeah, and when I stamped the date, I kind of dropped an ink pad here, so I stamped a little today over here. I actually made quite a mess with that ink pad. Anyway, c'est la vie, right? So do I want that there, or do I want it down here somewhere? I don't know yet. Okay, so there's something like that. And then I also pulled these other Tim Holtz phrase stickers, so I want to get those on there. This can go back in here. It's going to go back in the kit. And I went and grabbed some, I thought I had some kind of pack that matched all of these colors, but I must have put it in with a kit somewhere. So I just pulled some yellow and some of the blue that we have here, and then my Altenew red Cosmos enamel dots. And I think we're gonna go with those. So let's get gluing some of this stuff down. I definitely know that I want this apple over here, so I will start with the white glue and get that down because it takes a few minutes to dry, even though it's quick drying adhesive. Still takes a minute. So I'll try to remind you guys the next time Alice has one of these Scrapbook Live opportunities. Is that the way to call it? It's like a Saturday where she opens a Zoom room and all you have to do is sign up for the newsletter. And I don't feel like she emails a whole bunch, so you sign up for the newsletter, and then when it's getting close to the time, you get like a reminder email, and then when it is the day of, she sends you the link to the Zoom classroom. And it's not like a class. She just shows the scrap room kit that she gets, and she buys her own kit, so sometimes she gets add-ons and sometimes not, and whatever, depending on what is being offered, I guess. And she of course promotes her business. She runs the Scrap Happy membership group, and I do try to support her small business when I can. So she also does, I don't know if you guys have ever tried layout a day. And when I signed up for it, I was like, nah, I can't do a layout a day. Can I do a layout a day? And I ended up like challenging myself to actually do one layout every single day that I was signed up. And I was successful. I got one layout completed and photographed and uploaded into the onto the website, and I was pretty impressed with myself. I actually don't like that there. Can I take it off and not make a mess? I can take it off. There's gonna be a mess, isn't there? Aye. Okay. Here, maybe down here. Do I like it better there or here? Oh, I like it here. Look at me and my indecision. Ugh, the struggle is real, friends. Especially, I haven't been scrapbooking for a while, and so I'm finding like not only is it really hard to like make a decision about where to put stuff, but I like have decision fatigue. I've only done one layout. I'm tired. Okay, so this story in this layout is all about my son a couple of years ago, well, many years ago, started arguing with me about the schools that he was attending. He wanted to switch from Catholic school to public school, and I was a pretty strong believer in the Catholic school system here. I work for the Catholic school system. I know the teachers. I know that they're all, well, not all, but, you know, a significantly strong group of individuals who really care about their students. And I have worked at all levels of the school division where I live, and felt very strongly that it was the right place for my kids. But his friend started going to the public school when they were in grade 9, and he right from the get-go was like, I want to go too. And at first I was like, nah, you don't need to be just chasing after your friends. You can see them, you know, you can see him whenever. You don't have to be going to school with them every single day. You'll still be friends. He lives like literally across the street. But this continued for a couple of years. So I was obviously, like I said, not really listening to what he was saying. I was just dead set on my decision, and yeah. Anyway, maybe not the best parenting moments I've ever had. But anyhow, my husband, on the other hand, thank goodness, was a lot more open-minded and sat my boy down and said, Kay, if you are so set on this, I need you to explain to me and make a case for why this is the best choice for you. And it can't have anything to do with, like, you know, just this one kid across the street. So our son pleaded his case, and basically what it came down to was that the kids that he'd been friends with in middle school that had followed him along through into high school were not making the same life decisions as he was. And he was just feeling very lonely, I guess, and maybe like, is lonely the right word? Lonely, isolated. So anyhow, he also had gotten a girlfriend who actually lived out of town when he started dating her, and then she moved into town and started going to the same school as the boy across the street. So he felt like that was maybe the right decision for him. And my husband eventually was like, yep, I actually think that this is in the best interest of my son. And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, no, I'm going to register him. And so he took him and he got him registered, and this is me driving him to his first day at his new school in the middle of the school year. He did finish up his semester at the Catholic high school and then moved over mid-semester, or at the end of the semester, and so that was good at least. Yeah, and then it didn't take long for me to notice the difference in my son's demeanor, and so that's kind of what this is about. He just was a much happier child. Now, pay attention to the date here, February 3rd, 2020. We all know what happened soon after that. So in the end, was he still isolated? Yep. But he just wasn't as miserable. Like, I mean, of course he was. I think all teenagers probably were at that time. It's not a normal thing for teenagers to be isolated from their peers. It was a weird time. But anyways, short story long, he really did much better at the public school than I had anticipated, and I'm really happy now looking back that his dad took the time to hear him out and helped him to make a positive decision for himself, in spite of my apprehension. So it turned out to be a good thing in the end. So anyways, this is a layout that I'm so behind on, and I hate to use that term because there's no wrong way to scrapbook, right? But I would really like to, he's graduated now, I'd really like to wrap up that school album and get all the things in there. All the memories that were important to him, so he can, when he comes home from college, he can look at them and be like, oh yeah, remember Mom, how you like wouldn't listen to me? Because I'm sure that will come. And that's okay. He is well within his right to say so. Yeah. So good times, right? So he, actually right now, as I'm filming this, he and his girlfriend, not the same girlfriend he had at the time of his school switch, but he's been with this girl for a while, and a couple of years, I think. 20. I think he and her. Okay, so another thing, his relationship, as much as I thought this move to this school was about that girl, their relationship didn't survive his move to her school. So I guess it wasn't about that after all. And so he soon after, almost as soon as the pandemic started, he started dating this other girl. And I was like, dude, like, I don't know how you're going to date somebody when you can't even freaking leave the house. But these two are, I don't know, they're a special couple, that's for sure. They are on a vacation. They're 18 years old, and they have spent the first year of university working and saving money while they went to school full time, and came home for the summer and have been working their tails off, and they have saved up enough to go on vacation and are exploring the country of Peru as we speak. So how exciting is that? Yeah, just love them. So anyways, this switching schools turned out to be a good thing, even though it was very weird timing, I must say. So that's cool. I used up that, did I throw it out? No. I used up this, the last 3 yellow enamel dots. Jeez, my brain, I swear to God. Okay, the last 3 enamel dots from this pack. So always exciting when we use up our collection. Nope, not collection. What am I calling this now? Stash, inventory, I don't know, call it whatever you want. I feel like collecting scrapbook supplies is an adjacent hobby to scrapbooking itself, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. I think there's others out there. I don't think everybody who scrapbooks is a collector, but you know. So I think that's it for today. This is the completion of my layout. If you want to see some close-up shot and some detail shots, stay tuned after the video ends and there will be some of those. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click that like button to give me a thumbs up. Hit the show more button under the video description if you'd like to find some of the things that we talked about today. And if you have a question or comment, just leave it down below and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. If you would like to see more of my videos, it would make my day to have you as a subscriber. Just click the subscribe button and be sure to hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when a new video goes up. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.